Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Lion's Den After Dark. I'm your host, Loren Lyons, and I'm here with the beautiful
Hey,
Sierra.
everybody.
Y'all, we made it. We made it to the season finale of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. So excited. Very, very energetic season for sure. But first, before we deep dive, of course, we have to go over our house den rules, which is simply our opinions and views are of our own and they are within the frameworks of the TV show. We do not know these people personally. It is just our opinions and alleged. So if we come up with any information. But now that we went over that, it's time to raise our glasses and get into it.
Let's get it. Much to cover.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely went out with a bang for sure. And so they picked up after um at the fight that they had with Nick and the girls and Natalie. And they pretty much, it seems like, stayed up most of the night just going back and forth around it to the point where everyone was just exhausted and confused. So
Me, I would have went to bed.
right, and some of them did go to bed, like, well, because it's exhausting at this point. Like, it's not that deep at all. Um, and so they did end up going to bed eventually once they realized that they were going to squash it. Um, because we know that Bria left and Alex went and got her and was like, I think you need to be here. This is involving you, which I felt like was really good and needed to do because, yeah, like she's got to stop doing that, running away.
Does it every time. She gonna do it every time.
It's super childish.
Fail. Without fail. Every single time.
Yeah. And yeah, so I'm glad that Alex did this.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they were like, no, we need to be hold you accountable. Like, you need to be here. Um, so they pretty much, Bria repeats exactly what she said, which was, listen, I told you we never said you were handsy. Um, and she's saying that she didn't say anything at all.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, Brie, now you lying.
Which
Like,
right, because you said that if he had the opportunity, he would definitely sleep with someone.
Mhm.
That's the thing she said, but she was telling him she didn't say anything, and that's not what was said. What we later find, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, is that they do end up having another conversation with just Nick.
Yeah.
And so we'll, they that was brought up later and we'll deep dive that, but yeah, that leads to a whole bunch of mess later on in the episode. Um, but I did find it interesting that with Nick's confessional, it kind of confirms what we were talking about last week, where Nick is very, very like conscious of his reputation.
Hmm.
Cause his confessional, that's all he cared about. That's all he talked about.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, Nick, but you should have thought about that for season one.
Right.
You're not getting this from thin air.
Right. Like, you built this reputation, so.
Yeah, like it's not coming from nothing. Um, so Noelle does apologize, but she still stands on her part that she said, like, this is what she said, and that was it. Um, excuse me. And yeah, they end up going to bed because again, they were just rehashing old stuff. So the next day is the last full day where it's Alex's event. So they get ready for that, which was a very interesting event. I don't remember what the name of it was. Summer night. I don't know. I don't remember.
It. I keep wanting to say waves, but no.
Yeah.
Uh, and on the beach or in the wood, I don't remember.
Yeah, they were on the beach painting, and he had his musical artist there, and they were performing. But
So it's
before,
very Alex vibey type of
very, very much so, very
yeah.
much so. Which was a cute little nice vibe, not something Shanice really was feeling, but I mean, you don't gotta get drunk at every
Right,
evening.
yeah. Yeah, when she said, I was like, it's okay to switch it up sometimes. I'm sure you guys go to a bar almost every day.
Literally, it's
It's okay.
okay. And but before though we got there, we did get a moment where I believe Noelle was talking to Jasmine or Jordan, I'm not sure, but she's still, they're talking about like, or Summer, I mean not Summer. Yeah, Summer.
Mhm.
Summer's really feeling like she should probably go home because she's just her grandmother is sick in the hospital and she really feels like she should be there.
Mhm.
And so it's like taking a toll on her at the moment. So she's decided that she's going to leave a day early.
Mhm.
And so we get that where Summer ends up deciding to leave, but like Noelle is reflecting on her relationship with Summer and she's pretty much like, listen, I get you going through stuff, but you keep burning me and you keep doing
Right.
stuff and it's only so far that I'm going to take that behavior from somebody.
And she didn't
Oh,
even say bye to Noelle. Summer didn't even say bye to Noelle. And I just found that like very like she didn't do anything to you but be a friend to you, too good of a friend to you, to be honest. And to leave like that. Like I get why she left, but if
mhm.
it's really because of those reasons that you said, why not say bye to the people in the house? Like why not say bye to everybody? Like, it makes me feel like there's something there. Which if it is, I think Summer's wrong on her part.
Yeah, yeah. And I, people go through stuff like you said, like, and she is going through things, but it's never an excuse to mistreat people. And I feel like Noelle, like she's mistreated Noelle,
Yeah.
like we said, like you said, for no reason at all. Like she's been nothing but a friend to you. So
Hmm.
I don't blame Noelle for feeling that way because
Me either.
yeah, like I'm not gonna take that bad behavior. And if you do what you need to do, and that's fine. She's not saying that she dislike her. She's just giving her space and a break. And I think that's appropriate given the circumstances.
And friends do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And sometimes and it's needed sometimes.
Hmm.
Um, but so Summer ends up leaving. She says she doesn't have any regrets because she'll grow from the things that she's done. Um,
Good.
yeah, with her time at the Vineyard.
Hmm.
And then also Amir, uh, by this time, Natalie has left. All of the significant other couples have left at this time, and Natalie and Simon. So he's now like feeling on edge because his significant other is there. So he has to make sure that he's conducting himself appropriately. Now that Natalie is gone, he has to now be on guard. What?
Did
What?
that
Tell
make
me,
sense to you?
huh?
Did that make sense to you?
I was gonna ask you because you're in a relationship. So should you feel that way when your significant other isn't there?
Uh, the way you feel when I'm there and when I'm not there should not change. So that's why I was confused when he said that. I'm like, what, you need her there to make sure you're like, what did he mean? Like I really didn't understand what he meant by that. Like, so you need her there to make sure that you act right? Is that what he was saying?
It's not even. It logically it didn't make sense to me. It's because for me it's like okay, I don't think it's more so of he's gonna like do something wrong without her there. I don't think that was it. I think it's more of she gives him so much drama because she's not there and she doesn't know what's going on, that with her there he doesn't have to worry about explaining himself. But my thing is that a type of relationship that you want to be in where you got to be on eggshells, like in pins and needles,
Right.
because your partner don't trust you for no reason at all?
Right. Yeah. So yeah. And that's just another Yet another red flag for Natalie.
I mean, we're at the Red Sea at this point.
The man, the boy is scared. He's scared.
Which I didn't feel like is a normal thing to be in a relationship,
No,
but
it's
mm, okay, okay.
not.
So, but this day was pretty much chill. They did the feel something with the vibes. I can't remember. Was it feel the vibes? I don't know. They did the painting event, then they go home. It where Summer actually literally goes home, and then everyone goes to bed. In the morning, we moved to the last day, and I think it's like a half. No, it's a full day. And Nick and Amir decided to go golfing by themselves. And during this golfing trip, I found it so funny how Amir just slid in the situation with Nick. I thought that was hilarious because I'm like, dude, that was so obvious. Like you just wanted to see if he was mad at you.
Right.
Cause he goes, how was Tasia feeling with about Natalie? Like, did she have a fun time with Natalie?
Mm-hmm. That's Natalie telling him to figure it out.
And like you gonna play like y'all they friends. Okay. I was like, okay, Amir. All right, you trying to figure this out. Because it's clear that Natalie told you a version of the story, and there's another version that really happened.
And he's sticking beside it.
That's his woman, his woman, his woman, his girl, or his girl, his girl, his girl, his girl, his girl.
Like he gonna stick beside her.
Yeah, because he this is where Nick says, I talked to the girls later on just to get more insight. And he was like, although they really didn't tell me what was said, they all said that Natalie was the one who initiated the conversation around me. And so that just sent Amir into, well, no, she was just trying to protect Tasia because they all were going to go to Tasia. I don't know why these girls are lying. And why would they try to set it up like Natalie was guilty of this? First, and sorry, because I just went there. And then in his confessional, he said that Natalie might have went against girl code, which isn't completely innocent, but they're lying, and I don't know why they're trying to make her guilty and talk about her when she's not here. So what did you think of that?
I thought he sounded like an idiot because he know the truth that no one was taking this information any further. No one was going to say anything to her. She took it upon herself to insert her in some mess and basically stir up drama. So no, she's not innocent. And Amira looks dumb. I mean, it's sweet in a stupid kind of way that you're like willing to stick by your girl like that, but she's wrong. She's wrong, bro. And the thing is, you're bringing it up again. They had kind of left it alone. Like you're kind of like restirring the pot, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, because in all honesty, if you think they're lying, you'll find out when the show comes out.
Right.
But for me, it was just you, and like you said, like that's your girl. So it's like I know that it's unrealistic to think that you would think she's lying. I get that.
You're gonna think she's
your girl.
Like no,
yeah. But it's also like these girls from last year. You know them. Why? What would they gain from lying on your girlfriend? Like that was what was like. Really, Amir? And I get it. I mean, that's your girlfriend. I get it. Rose color glasses. I get it that you wouldn't think she would lie, but it's still like 3 of them are all saying your girl is guilty, is gonna come out on TV. Why would they lie? Right. And you're so confident. Like, at least if you're not sure, then express that you're not sure, but don't like completely go ahead and label them as being the aggressors in the situation, which
I mean, but to be honest, I'm gonna blame Natalie because Natalie should have been like, you know what, babe, like I was wrong. This is what I did. Own up to it. because your man is gonna go to bat for you. He's gonna, he's gonna have your back, defend you 100%. Now, he's never wrong for that. But if you're wrong, if you know that you're wrong, you don't have your man out here looking dumb. So I'm also looking at Natalie sideways for that. And like Amir should have double checked, like, have my back in public. But when we get to the room, like, okay, so what exactly happened? Like, what exactly was said? Like, get the story so like when
you're defending
on business, that you're actually standing on some real business.
Correct. Right. That's true. Yeah, I completely agree. That's true. And that to me, and that's the other thing as well. Like, if you are gonna, girl, sorry, thought I saw web. Okay. And if you are going, yeah, like, get the full story, because he never got the full story. And when he was asking and she was refusing to, like, see, so it's like, and that's your friends too, so he really should have taken more initiative on his end, because it was his friends and
Right.
she is a guest.
Right.
And then also getting mad because he's like, oh, you want to have a conversation and she's not here. Dude, she was here.
Yeah, and they said the same things.
And so your girl could have said something in those moments, and she just stood there looking like a deer in headlights.
Right.
So it's like, what, Amir? You no. Yeah.
Yeah, Amir rubbed me wrong this episode with that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So after that, they come home. They like Summer has left by then, and they're all chilling at the house. And this is when we get a scene where we get the search for Milo, where Milo takes an adventure and around the vineyard for 15 minutes.
No, it was like 30.
Was it 30? Okay, 30. For 30 minutes, Milo goes on an adventure, and no one can find where Milo is. And he finally returns.
All right, because I'm like, we're going to find this dog. Like,
got a whole Milo edit.
They had to add some fluff.
Yeah, it was definitely fluff, and I think it was. I mean, it was cute. It
was cute. As a mom, I can imagine Bria probably was terrified, because 30 minutes felt like forever.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because especially if, like, you have birds that were trying to pick him up. You're on a vineyard, like, about round lakes.
Oh, I didn't realize that part.
Yeah. So I get it, but we got that little commercial break.
She handled it pretty well, considering.
Well, she was about to break down. She was. Because she started crying. I'm about to freak out. I was like, oh God. Girl, you need to put your dog in some training school, because that dog, Milo be doing whatever they want to do. But
look at his mama. Okay.
So there you have it.
They're right there.
And I'm trying to think. Okay, maybe that was later. It was later. Okay. That was later, because I was trying to make sure I had everything in order. But Milo comes back, they go back in the house. Amir is just sitting like in a gaze. And so Bria and I think it was Noelle. I don't think Shanice was there, or maybe she popped in and out. We're starting to cook dinner. And so Bria's like, hey, Amir, you good? And Amir brings it up again.
Child.
He's mad. He expresses that he's really upset and frustrated that the girls didn't include him in the conversation that they had separately with Nick. Mm-hmm. And like we said earlier, again, he feels like they shouldn't have had a conversation without Natalie there to defend herself.
Right. Even though she was already there and didn't defend herself. But okay.
Correct. So, this moment was so interesting, because it's kind of like, it's one of those things of, okay, a broken clock is at least right at least twice a day. And that is literally the definition of Bria. And, it's like, though I don't tend to agree with her, or even how she, like, does it, like, she was not, to me, wrong in this situation. Like, at least what she was saying. Because
like, her delivery could have been better, but I agree with her. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. And because like he asked the question, she answered it, Noelle answered it. I think even Jasmine and Preston were getting annoyed because they're like, bro, Bria already said that pretty much it wasn't about you. And we've all been telling you that it was Natalie who started the situation. And he's just upset because he's like, no, why are y'all putting the blame on her? Like, you're trying to throw it all on her. And they're like, she's the one that started it. She repeated it like 3 or 4 times. So at this point, Bria done lost patience. Well, Jasmine has to tell her to count to 10, and she very 10, 9. Okay. Come on, Urkel. Like, I'm like, oh my God, Bria, wait.
Right.
Bria just lost all patience and was like, I wasn't talking about you, but you should be coming and go talking to your broad. It's who she says that it sets off Amir. He was like, stop raising your voice at me. Gosh. And then walks off and slams the door.
Oh, that was so funny to me. Like,
It was hilarious. It was hilarious because for one, it's like Bria, like you make it hard when you are right. Because one thing about it is, it's like Bria, you have to learn how to be respectful to people. You can't want people to treat you a certain way and you don't treat them with the same respect.
Exactly.
Like you didn't like Nick yelling at you, well then you can't yell at them.
Exactly.
And she really has to work on that. Be respectful.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like Amir. You cannot get mad if you don't like the answer. Because they told you the answer multiple times.
Right, multiple times. You kept wanting it to change.
Right. Like you don't like that they see your girl for what she is. I mean,
it is what it is, bro.
And you could have had all this energy when she was here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So it was like, what are we even talking about? And even and at this point, Jasmine and Preston both were like, this is dumb.
It was so stupid.
It was dumb. They were like, okay.
Dumb too. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah. And so Bria did apologize, but Bria again doubled down and said, I don't know how many times, Amir, I got to tell you, it was your girlfriend that came up here and was being messy. And she was like, you ain't got to like my answer, but like, it is what it is. And it's like, yeah.
That's the truth.
So it's like, dude, Amir. And this is where I could see because he said it in season 1 where he doesn't have a lot of Black friends or is around Black people in his hometown, because to me this was this whole episode was really affirming in that.
Right. Yeah, and it's been kind of coming out since Natalie got here.
Yeah.
Been kind of seeing that. Oh, you're not picking up on these little micro aggressions. So
right. Because it's so easy to throw away what the Black girls say.
Right. And listen to the Go ahead, Laura. Go ahead.
So the next day, how many days is it? Okay, it felt like 3 days, but God dang. All along. Right. Because I keep saying the next day, but we are the next day. So we get a separation of the group. Shanice and the boys go on a bike ride, and they go out to the pond. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this moment because, well, first, what did you think about the conversation that they had at the pond?
What did they talk about?
They brought up the situation again of what happened the previous night with Bria.
It was Shanice, Alex, and who?
Nick, Amir.
I honestly can't remember right now.
So in this moment, they're at the pond. They take a break. They're looking at the view, and Amir, I think Amir brings it up, or it might have been Alex. I don't remember who brings it up, but about the situation. And Amir was frustrated that Bria was yelling at him, and Alex kind of checked
Right.
him.
Yeah,
Alex,
he said you can't talk to her like that and expect like you shouldn't be fighting with women. I think they were trying to tell him. Yeah.
pretty much. And Alex was, he didn't, and I kind of, respect it for him to be. And that's what kind of made me mad. Because it's like you want to hate Alex, but he does have a level of respect
Yeah.
that you can't be mad at. Like you
Yeah.
can't
I mean,
become a
that doesn't
villain.
change that he's still, who
Right.
he
He's still for the streets.
is.
But at least he has respect. Like he does have a level of respect, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
Because he was like, "Hey, you don't need to be raising your voice at women." He was like,
Right.
"Oh, but she made me so mad." I get that, but we all know Bria. You
And
don't need to be
respect
raising.
to him for even like, because a lot of guys aren't able to like check their friends.
Absolutely not. You're
So
right. So I do have to give him props for that. Like one thing about it is Alex don't mind calling people
mhm.
to accountability. And I do respect that. At the house, we get all the girls minus Shanice, and they're sitting around the table. And Jordan asks, Bria, does she feel they're talking about soulmates? And I don't know how they got in this conversation, but she asked Bria, do you feel like Simon is your soulmate? And Bria says no. And so she said her soulmate isn't Tribeca.
I don't even know where that came from.
Oh, totally random. Totally random. And she was like, and this is the line that, she said, we'll probably get married, but he's not her soulmate. So she said she would probably marry Simon, but he's not her soulmate. Because she says a soulmate is a different feeling. Did you agree with this? Like,
Um, I don't I don't know honestly what my personal beliefs on I mean, I guess soulmates. Yeah, soulmates. I guess soulmates exist. But I guess what I was just confused. I'm like, why would you want to marry someone you don't think is your soulmate? I didn't get that.
because it gave to me, like, is it settling?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I don't think her and Simon are going to get married. To be honest, we don't have to worry about that.
I don't think so either. Mm-mm.
It's not.
I,
We ain't
mm-mm.
gonna make it to the altar,
Nor should it, but anyway.
right?
So they have their last beach party where it's a reconnect and reflect hosted by Jasmine. And I don't know if Preston was a co-host. I think it was just, I don't know.
I
But
think
hosted by,
Jasmine.
it was just Jasmine. Okay. So they do this last reconnect to kind of reset so that when they come back to the vineyard, they can have a good time next year because a lot has happened.
Mhm.
And here Amir and Bria do apologize to each other, kind of shadingly. It's not like I'm sorry I raised my voice and met you at the same level, is what Amir said.
Yeah,
I was like,
you didn't have to include that part.
right. I was like, okay. But they do apologize, and then they do the impressions game that you might often see, like if someone's doing an episode and they're like, "Oh, you're in therapy. Why don't you act like the other person to get in their shoes?" It was kind of like the game they played. So Noelle did Alex, Preston did Noelle, Amir did Shanice, Alex does Preston, and Bria does Jordan. Who do you think did the best impressions?
I liked Briz, to be honest. Briz
Yeah.
was funny to me.
Yeah. That was funny.
Mhm.
Um, I think the one of Jordan, like Bria did of Jordan's, was pretty funny because she said no words and
Right,
then
nothing.
I was like, yeah, that's pretty much Jordan because Jordan hasn't said a thing this season, but like a sentence. And then I actually did like the one, like you said, of Amir doing Bria's, or no, Amir doing Shanice's. I thought that was funny.
I'm trying to remember when did Amir do Shanice?
I think he was the first one.
Mm.
where he was like, no talk, like I'm taking off my shirt,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
ready
yeah, 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 I remember now. Yeah,
to
did good too. Yeah, so Brie gets first place and Mary gets second.
hmm
Yeah.
So I think those were the best. But after that, everyone kind of does their, goodbyes and, you know, growing next year at the Martha Vineyard to being a better person, all that yada yada yada. We finally get to where the end of the trip, where it ends. I did like and prefer this ending than last year, like where we were seeing everybody leave one by one. I thought it was dragged out for no reason.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that, like they just kind of were like, all right, bye,
Right. Yeah.
came into the confessional together to support Jasmine. That was cute.
Yeah, that was cute. That was a cute moment.
Yeah.
Well, and then Jasmine have that part touched my heart. It was so sweet.
Oh yeah, when she had her baby.
Yeah, that was so
Yeah.
sweet.
That was extremely cute. That was extremely cute.
Yeah.
To see. So I definitely enjoyed how they concluded it because I'm like, I don't need y'all to drag this out. We all know they're going home.
Right.
Just
Right.
wait. Bye.
Go home. Right. Come
Right.
on. It's over.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So yeah, and that has been season 2 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
Woohoo.
How are your thoughts of the overall season? Like, how did you feel?
I really liked this season. I'm not gonna lie. I think it grew a lot from last year. Still work to do, I think, with the cast, but I think the dynamic grew, like they're closer, they seem more like a cohesive group. So yeah, I really enjoyed watching it this season.
Yeah, me too. I think that they definitely have the drama.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really like is everyone is comfortable with each, like on camera and with each other. No one's acting different or brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, there is some room to grow because I think production wise, there's some room to
Yeah,
grow.
for sure.
And then if you're gonna like inviting guests, that too, like,
That whole structure.
yeah, like we need to shake up,
Yeah, shake it up.
add some more people, singles, because everyone's in a relationship. Like
Right.
we gotta, in order to generate more storylines, we gotta kind of get
Right.
a little bit, some more people on the outside to come in.
Yeah.
And I did get a chance to watch Carlos King's interview with Preston,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a good interview. I'm definitely looking forward to him doing a postseason because I really want to know his thoughts, because he didn't talk too much because when it was filmed, we hadn't gotten the full Natalie story yet.
Okay.
But everyone though did agree that Natalie was definitely being messy.
Yeah.
Nick included on Watch What Happens Live. He did realize that. But a point was made where Preston and Jasmine are kind of anchor, like he's kind of like an anchor, voice of reason-ish type of person. And so I would love to see their relationship grow, to just see how that can evolve in the dynamic of the house.
Yeah.
But again, it might be different or interesting if Silas is there. What does it look like with now Silas back in the house?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see how they'll work that dynamic for next season. But I hope that they are renewed. They should be renewed and get another season 3.
So too.
And yeah, I mean they brought it. I like it. I liked it. They brought it for sure. So now we're gonna jump into our ratings. Our final ratings. Well,
Are we rating the reunion
we
or?
might rate a reunion. Maybe we'll see how we're gonna do it. If we're gonna do it from like both, if it's part 1 and part 2,
Mm-hmm.
and just rate it all together.
Okay.
We might do that. Our per reunion.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But our final ratings for the episodes.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's get it. So let's start off with Jasmine.
I can give Jasmine a 4.
Okay.
just because, even though I think this whole season she's kind of been kind of more like low key in the background. Um, she really just gave us that really, honestly, it's just a sweet moment at the end with her son that just really warmed my heart. That's the reason for the 4. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't do much, but what you did do touched me.
um I'll be yeah, I'll be generous and I'll give her a 4 too.
Nice.
Because I will say what I do appreciate though is she will speak up if something isn't right. Like now she will speak up. Like
Yeah.
now she will, we weren't getting that. But if she could do that more, she can lean into that anchor. Like that's just what I want for her. Just
She's a
lean
mother
into it
now.
more. Right. Like mother. Like, take control. Be now, be a little bit more active in that way. And I now actually would like her more because I did like her more this season. I just wanted to see more of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But I'll give her a 4. I'll give her a 4 just to be nice because that was a good ending.
Mm-hmm.
See. Okay, Amir. Yeah, I'm gonna give Amir a 1.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's a 1.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a reason to give him a 2. Couldn't find it. It's a 1.
Because I feel like he needs to also pay for Natalie's crime still.
Yeah.
So. And he just really showed his biases.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan.
On the wrong side.
So sorry, because I did like him. He was rated high.
Yeah, I did too.
Miss Jordan or Pip Squeak. Didn't hear one word from her all season.
Yeah, she didn't really say much. I'm 2. I'm bored. Jordan's boring me.
Yawn. I'm with you. I'll probably give her. Yeah, I can give her 2. Because at this point, it was like, I get it. Everyone will be the focus of every episode, but like, dang, you boring me and you being quiet. Like,
absolutely nothing.
Gave nothing. So, Mr. Preston.
Preston's a 5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like Preston. Gives me no trouble. It's fun, funny. It's a 5.
Yeah. I'll give him a 5 too. Because again, I respect that he will be fair and honest in every situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we need that in this house. Miss Bria. She's not getting high, but I was on her side once. Like I was on her side in this episode.
Right.
So I have to keep that into account and that she said what she said. Now, did I like how she said it? No. But I can at least give her a 3.
Okay, that's higher than I was gonna go. I was gonna say 2.5.
Okay.
I was gonna say 2.5.
And that's probably more fair.
Yeah.
That's probably more fair. But I'm gonna give her a 3 because it's rare that I'm on her side.
Right. Understood.
Mr. Nick.
Nick. I think Nick is with Bria at the 2.5.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm lying. I'll give Nick a 3.
Okay.
Nick a 3 because Nick actually kind of surprised me this season. He did bring us, some energy. Stepped it up a little bit. So yeah, I'll give him a 3.
Yeah, that's true. I did like the evolution of Nick this season. I don't like that he gave such a pass to Natalie, but I mean,
to be honest, we haven't seen how much yet because I don't think he knew everything until
right. Yeah.
after everything came out.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. He
so I
hadn't
think
seen
we'll
it.
see on the
Uh,
reunion.
oh yeah, he's definitely seen it because Watch What Happens Live. He was on it last night, and he was like Natalie should have said a guest.
Yeah,
She was absolutely wrong.
right.
He still is with Bria being the main culprit
Mhm,
and Natalie as well, and that he did admit that she did get a pass.
mhm,
So I respected him for that
mhm.
in that because yeah, um, you want to be fair in those situations, especially when you have a non-white person
Right,
coming into this space blaming, you know,
right.
black women.
Pretty much.
So I think I want to give him a 3. Yeah, give him a 3. Because I just can't take away from the fact that, like, dude, we do have to take some accountability, and that, like,
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a topic of discussion
yeah,
if you, yeah, or new boundaries in, yeah, is in regards to your relationship and
right,
being in one.
right. Like you said, it's not coming out of thin air. So
Right. Alex. Ooh.
I'm giving Alex a 4
Ooh.
because what he said. He didn't say anything crazy or wrong. Except like when he did speak up, it was something that I felt like was necessary and helpful to the group. Um, and he gave us that cool little. We saw his little another side of him. Um,
Mhm.
so it was cute to see him in his element, his little vibe. So yeah, it's a 4.
Yeah.
It was a different event, also.
Yeah. Dang it. Dare I say he gets a 4 from me.
I
Uh, wow.
know. What a turn of events.
Turn of events. My God. Yeah. I gave Alex a 4. Like I said earlier, I just he does have a level of respect that I do, like, I can at least respect,
Mhm.
cuz like, and you're willing to call people out in and hold your friends down but be accountable. But also, you ain't putting your mess out there either. So, I have to
Yeah,
respect it.
he earned it. He
Yeah,
earned
I have to respect it, unfortunately.
it. Mhm.
All right, Shanice.
I think a 3.
Hmm.
Didn't really do much.
Yeah, she kind of became a little snooze fest towards the end.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
need a little bit. I need a little bit more. It just went so drastically.
Yeah.
But
She's a cool person, so
she is a cool person. Yeah, she's a cool person. I do want to see her return. I do. So I'll give her a 3. Um,
uh
summer, summer, summer.
summer.
I 2.5. I,
Yeah, I agree. I was
yeah.
gonna say 2, 2.5. She
2.
she took the initiative to leave. The way she did it could have been better.
Right. And I mean, she's one of those people that where the focus was on her. And I would have honestly believed that she would have gotten first chair, but she went so quiet
Mhm.
that it could be like I could very well see Preston taking that, chair, or Bria, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, she got real, it flipped. So yeah. Mm, not yeah. But she did give us entertainment for a majority of the season.
Mhm.
Noelle. I'm gonna give her a 5.
Okay, cool. We on the same page with Noel. She didn't do anything wrong. If she did
Yeah.
something wrong, I would be honest, like, yeah, she was wrong. She did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, she apologized, but still was like, I'm gonna stand on what I said.
Mhm.
So hey. I respect it. Like I do. You know. Yeah. Um and I like her. I do want to see her back.
Yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
do. I like the dynamic that she brings to the group.
Yeah,
I really do.
yeah, me too. I feel like she brings it back to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like Noelle. I can't wait to see. And according to Preston, she brings it during the reunion. So I'm extremely excited to see that
Yeah,
because I
it's
know
there.
it's there.
Yeah, yeah, it's there. You gotta pull it out. It's there.
Because I could tell when she was at that table, she wanted to say so much more.
Mhm,
And I'm
mhm,
like, give it, please.
mhm.
Yes. So, yeah, well, that was our ratings for the season finale of Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
It's been a good season.
It has. It really has. And those ratings have drastically changed. My God. So it lets you know how much a show can really progress and change and evolve.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
yeah. So
Yes.
we'll be definitely back next week to recap the reunion. I'm super excited. Um we did or it was released that this is in the clubhouse. So it is
Ooh,
not like there might not be a seating chart.
right. Different.
Very.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I didn't know that.
Yep. They will be in the clubhouse, and so I'm hoping that we actually get some answers and we actually deep dive and get into it and really like hold some people accountable for their actions.
Yep. We'll see.
We will see. But that is our recap for tonight. Thank you everyone for watching and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, the Lions Den podcast. Again, I am your host, Loren Lyons, with my guest, Sierra. And thank you guys for watching.
Bye,
Catch you next week.
guys.
Bye.
Sweet.